Welcome. I'm Kinetic Symphony. I hunt down and report on weird and true mysterious stories, from glitches to the paranormal. Would you like even more content? Here's my Patreon. Now onto the stories. Case file number 1306, written by Greedy Finish 7422. The taxi trip that defies explanation. My little sister and I were heading home, and we were in a taxi with 3 other people, including the driver. We passed by my old street, and my sister said, "Hey, you used to stay there, remember?" I was like, "Yeah, would have been home by now if I stayed there." Then we were both silent after that. Then the cab driver pulled over 5 minutes after, and he was like, "Well, we are at your stop." I didn't move because I didn't think he was talking to me, because my stop was like 20 minutes away. Then the other 2 passengers looked at me and my sister, and one of them was like, "Why are you guys not getting out? You're wasting time." That's when I realized they were talking about us. I was like, "No, this isn't our stop." Then the driver was like, "Then why did you tell me this was your stop?" I was very confused, and my sister was like, "No, we didn't." Everyone in the car insisted we did, and the driver said I even tapped him on the shoulder because I was sitting behind him. The 2 other passengers agreed that's what happened, even though both me and my sister didn't say anything about stopping. We got into a whole argument about it till we got off at our actual stop like 20 minutes later. And they called us liars and that we probably both forgot we said it or were pretending we didn't say it. But both me and my sister are 100% sure we didn't ask the driver to pull over. Case notes file 1306. The taxi trip that defies explanation. So yeah, this one is completely baffling me. You have an event where somehow information was relayed incorrectly. And there's so many accounts of witnesses that were in the car, the cab, other friends, the cab driver himself, that say you gave the address where the taxi driver originally stopped, but it wasn't the correct one. So how the hell could you and your friend have given the wrong address? It doesn't really make any sense, right? It's not a universal multiverse event, because if you were in that universe, you'd switch back, but in the first one, you would either have given no address or you would have given the correct one. So even if it was a multiversal transit, unless you were in a different universe when all this went down and didn't switch back until much later on, I suppose. Why did you stay there so long? Usually these events last very briefly, seconds, maybe minutes. Creepy file number 123, written by Hin22. My scary experience with a lost neighbor. I sleep on the ground floor with my window open. I have 2 big dogs to protect me, so I'm not really worried. However, this night, I got woken up at 2 a.m. with my dogs growling. Then all hell was released as they both began to bark and snarl out the window. I looked at the window and to my horror, a person was trying to climb inside. Then, as my sleep-deprived brain tried to sort things out, I realized it was my upstairs neighbor who suffers with dementia. My dogs too realized who it was and stopped trying to eat her. I got to my wheelchair and started asking to go back home. She told me that she couldn't, that there was a man coming to hurt her. I tried persuading her that the man wouldn't know where she lived at all and she was safe. She still continued to try and climb through my window, pulling down my curtains and coming very close to pulling off the window frame. I told her she could come in through the front door, which wasn't really the safest thing for me to do, but I didn't really want her to fall and hit her head on the wall. But she wouldn't stop trying to climb through the window. After a while of trying to calm her, she suddenly turned around and walked away. I'm in a wheelchair, and there is no way I could have caught up to her. I went out, it was freezing mist outside, and she had a nightgown on, but I had no idea in which direction she had turned. I called the ambulance and told them an elderly lady with dementia had just walked off in the middle of the night. While waiting for them, I tried knocking on my neighbor's door to see if they had any contact numbers for her family. No one answered the door to me. Anyway, after an hour of waiting, I called the police to see if she had been found. Nope, she's not even being looked for. So I reported her missing again and waited. After a while of a whole lot of nothing, I called them again. They didn't notice my call, so they weren't looking for her still. I finally got through to a sergeant who took it very seriously, and in 5 minutes, I finally had police cars coming and looking for her. I was finally able to relax knowing it's in someone else's hands, finally, and tried sleeping on the sofa, since I have no curtains in my bedroom now. The family knocked on my door a few hours later and let me know that the neighbor was safe and thanked me for trying to make sure she was okay. I'm going to be honest, I was a mess. I was crying, just so relieved she hadn't wandered off into one of the fields and died. That was one of the most stressful nights ever. The neighbor moved out into a care home not long after, so I'm a bit safer from someone trying to climb through my window at night now, thankfully. Case file for the creepy file number 123. My scary experience with a lost neighbor. Yeah, this is just sad, honestly. There's not much else to say besides it being sad, because dementia is one of those diseases that doesn't really affect the person because they're not even aware it's happening, really. Or sometimes they are, and then other times they're not. When you lose your own mind, you don't even process that it's happening, or not in the same way other people are. It's a disease that hurts those around the person that it's happening to. It's something that bleeds out and harms everyone else around their inner circle, or even acquaintances, work colleagues, whoever knows it. Maybe even more pressing than curing cancer. Not that, both are insanely important, but dementia is one of those things that just encircles the person. It's like this cloud of miasma around them. Of course, entirely not their fault, but it's just so terrible. One of my friends, his grandma suffered from it, and you just have to watch them slowly deteriorate and not even remember who you are and lose track of reality. Bonus file, written by Admiral-Ferret, the ghostly roommate who wouldn't leave. I was in my college apartment, and my roommate had just moved out. Her room was directly across from mine, with the living room between us. I had cleaned out her room and then closed the door. I left my bedroom door open and went to take a shower one night. My bathroom was connected to my bedroom. I also happened to leave the bathroom door open. While I was in the shower, I thought I heard a woman talking. I had never been able to hear my neighbors talking before, but figured they just happened to be talking in their bathroom, which shared a wall or something. When I got out of the shower, I was surprised to see a black void where there should have been bright white closed door of my old roommate's door reflecting in the moonlight. I figured I just forgot to close the door and went and closed it. The next night, I once again went to take a shower and left my room and the bathroom door open, but this time I checked to make sure the other door was latched and the front door was double locked. When I came back out, I once again saw the void with the door wide open. I slammed my door closed and locked that crap so fast. I convinced myself there was a logical explanation, so the next night I once again checked all of the doors and then closed my bedroom door. This time I came out of the shower and my bedroom door was open along with the other door. I showered and slept with my bedroom door locked from that point on. I guess this took place over several nights home alone, and I may not have even been alone. Still the creepiest thing that ever happened to me though. Case notes for the bonus file, the ghostly roommate who wouldn't leave. If there was a spirit there, why would they repeat this pattern of terrifying you? But is that really the goal? Because there's better ways to terrify someone if you're a spirit. I think they were trying to send a message but couldn't figure out a better way to send it. I don't know what the message was. Maybe leave the doors open for some reason? But yeah, I can't connect with what the reason or what the message was, but I think it's more than just trying to terrify you. Maybe just a lonely spirit? Maybe. And now time for the quote of the day. 1500 years ago, everybody knew that the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew that the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that you were alone on this planet. Imagine what you'll know tomorrow. Agent K. Men in Black, of course. Fantastic movie. One of the earlier sci-fi movies that I've seen. I don't know, my dad let me see it when I think I was 8, 9? I don't even remember, but it's been quite a while. I had seen it at home on VHS, not on cinema, but still, it still hits you, even though it's not as impactful as seeing it in the cinema. Still remember the roach in that. Oh my god. Nightmares. And actually Kay going inside the roach to blow it up from the inside. How you could never get that smell out of you. I couldn't do it. Maybe to save the planet I would, but damn. Imagine the dry cleaning bill on that. But as for the quote, the meat and potatoes of it, whatever we know is true today. Some of it could actually be true. There is objective truth. But always leave a little wiggle room, because you never know what you'll know tomorrow. Like the video, subscribe, hit the bell. Kinetic Symphony signing off.